Dean Poliak, the convocation is formed.
Good morning, Longhorn Pharmacy family. Please be seated. Wow, you all look wonderful. Every year, whenever we have a chance to see you come and enter the convocation, it is a special moment. We'd like to extend a warm Texas welcome to our family members, friends, and most importantly, the graduates of the class of 2025. It is our greatest pleasure to welcome each of you to celebrate the graduation of the 2025 Master's, PhD, and PharmD classes at the University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy. We are fortunate to have so many of our graduates here to celebrate their accomplishments together. There's nothing more special than this day. It is the culmination of your hard work, your resilience, and most importantly, your purpose. These are the three ingredients that were keys to your success as you graduate today. We're here to celebrate the conferral of 2 Masters, 18 PhD, and 106 PharmD degrees that will be awarded in this one ceremony. I invite each one of our graduates to take a moment of pause and reflect on the day you received that life-changing phone call or message informing you that you were admitted to the program. Who was the first person you shared the news with? Was it a friend, a family member? They may be sitting here with you today to celebrate your accomplishments. How did you mark that joyous occasion? These are the cherished moments that you always hold dear throughout your entire lifetime. Soon after you stepped onto the 40 acres, embarking on your journey in college, beginning with our new student orientation, you had an opportunity to get to know each other. For our master's and PhD students, orientation was introduction to your classmates, your lab mates, your faculty, and the college leadership. Thereafter, you found your mentors, you served as TAs to advance our teaching mission, and formed motivating relationships and collaborations to complete your dissertation projects. Now you're advancing into research positions in the pharmaceutical industry, governmental agencies, and academic institutions. For our PharmD students, orientation culminated in an unforgettable moment where you were donning your white coat for the first time officially, welcoming you into the profession. Remember the ceremony when you entered in a single file line, maintaining social distancing as you embarked on your first steps as student pharmacists. Now you embark upon a position as pharmacists in our communities, ambulatory care, and hospital settings. Many of you are also entering the next stage of your training as residents, fellows, and 2 of you will be entering PhD training. When you entered our programs, could have you ever imagined the enormous challenges, adaptations, and opportunities that lie ahead? Each and every one of you not only rose to those challenges, but conquered them. To say that we are proud of you is a vast understatement for everything that you've accomplished. You've done it with swagger, you've done it with grace, and you've emerged as leaders for the future of our profession. At each milestone, we reminded you to savor your time in the program, because before you know it, it'll be passed by in the blink of an eye. And indeed it has. Today, all of our faculty and staff are here to celebrate on how proud we are that you found your purpose of the next chapter of your career. You've proven that you are the promising future of pharmacy and pharmaceutical sciences. Today is not only a celebration among family, friends, and graduates, but also is a day for our faculty and staff to celebrate your accomplishments. Our outstanding faculty and staff are the best in the nation, and they serve as dedicated leaders to provide the highest quality education, innovative pharmacy practice, and cutting-edge pharmacy research. Each year, our students select one faculty member to receive the College of Pharmacy Graduate Program Teaching and Mentoring Award. This award is selected by our Pharmacy Graduate Student Association in acknowledgement of the outstanding contributions to the PhD and Master's Student Research, Mentorship, and Training. I am pleased to recognize Chan Hyun Park as the current Graduate Teaching and Mentor Award winner. Dr. Park, please rise and remain standing. Dr. Park is an assistant professor in the Health Outcomes Division whose research focuses on the assessment of clinical, economic, and humanistic outcomes of healthcare services. She utilizes tools of pharmacoepidemiology, pharmacoeconomics, health economics, meta-analysis, and AI machine learning. Her research aims to assess treatment patterns and identify potential adverse effects, estimate healthcare utilization and costs, and improve health of the communities that we serve. Dr. Park has supervised or co-supervised 8 graduate students and serves on several graduate committees. Additionally, she has mentored undergraduate and PharmD students who have received numerous poster awards and national regional meetings. A quote from one of her nominating students said, "Dr. Park is a warm, heart-motivated, and dedicated mentor with a genuine desire to support the growth of her students. Her untiring commitment and dedication to her students make her a true gem in the College of Pharmacy." Please join me in congratulating Dr. Park as this year's recipient of the Graduate Teaching and Mentoring Award. Our next recognition goes to the recipient of the College of Pharmacy Educator of the Year. Each year, the PharmD students select one faculty member to receive this award. Based on their outstanding teaching contributions this year, I am pleased to recognize Dr. Jenna Summerlin as the recipient of the College of Pharmacy Educator of the Year. Dr. Summerlin, please rise and remain standing. Dr. Summerlin is a clinical assistant professor in the Division of Pharmacy Practice. Dr. Summerlin has an active clinical practice at Dell Children's Medical Center with specific expertise in pediatric internal medicine. She teaches students through didactic lectures, lab experiences, and structured mentoring for students in professional development. A quote from her nominating letter said, "Dr. Summerlin is not just checking the boxes. She goes above and beyond to ensure her students are truly successful. She takes the time to understand their goals, provides individualized support, and creates opportunities that help them grow both professionally and personally." Please join me in recognizing Dr. Jenna Summerlin as the 2025 College of Pharmacy Educator of the Year. It is now my true pleasure to introduce today's keynote speaker, Dr. Cheryl Beal Anderson. Dr. Anderson completed her bachelor's degree in biomedical sciences at Texas A&M University. She then received her undergraduate pharmacy degree, followed by her graduate doctoral pharmacy at the University of Texas at Austin. After her PharmD, she completed the ASHP accredited residency in psychiatric clinical pharmacy practice at the University of Texas at Austin and the UT HSC San Antonio campus. She later earned her MBA in the pharmaceutical and health marketing from St. Joseph's University, Hobbs School of Business in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Dr. Anderson is founder and CEO of ACE Regulatory Affairs Consulting for companies developing novel therapeutics for diseases with high unmet medical needs and few to no therapeutic options, particularly in oncology and neurological diseases, including orphan indications. Dr. Anderson is a consultant in biopharmaceutical companies as a fractional chief regulatory officer and strategic advisor on early-stage company accelerations. Prior to her career in pharma, Dr. Anderson was an assistant professor of pharmacy at the University of Texas and clinical assistant professor of pharmacy at the University of Illinois at Chicago. Her departure from academia, she developed a highly successful career of more than 25 years in pharmaceutical, biopharma, biotech experience, and regulatory affairs. She has increasingly secured leadership at Park Davis, Pfizer, Eli Lilly, Lundbeck, Upshur Smith Laboratories. While at Upshur Smith, she was appointed to the executive team and was later promoted to the senior vice president and head of global and regulatory affairs, drug safety and quality. Dr. Anderson is on the board of directors for the Center CHI, Center for Health Innovation, and in Chicago, and a nonprofit organization. CHI hosts educational events that enable national and global healthcare innovations and drive change through open-minded inquiry and objective analysis. Dr. Anderson has walked the talk. She has mentored the next generation of pharmacy leaders through her experiential rotation preceptor service in her biopharma companies and Doctor of Pharmacy students for multiple colleges of pharmacy, supervising PharmD interns, residents, and fellows in regulatory affairs, participating as a panelist in organizations such as our Student Industry Organization, IFO, and as a speaker in the college's Foundations of Leadership and Development course. Dr. Anderson is also an active member of the University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy Dean's Advisory Council, which we are truly appreciative. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Cheryl Bill Anderson to the stage.
Thank you, Dean Polyak, for the kind introduction, as well as this invitation, as well as the leadership that you offer to the practice of pharmacy through your leadership here at the University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy. To the faculty, administrative staff, the alums, the leadership council who toil to advance the mission of the college. To the families and friends who are very present today. You're showing your support for those who we are celebrating today. Protocol having been established. To the 2025 PhD, MS, and PharmD graduates of the University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy, ranked #1 pharmacy school in the state of Texas, #6 in the nation. I'm taking just 5 seconds to look at you, even though the lights are dim. I just want to see you for just a minute, my goodness, because wow, you look fabulous. And I am so deeply humbled to be standing before you. Today it's about you. My intent is to be sincere and be seated. I was reflecting on the fact that when I was accepted to the University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy, I already had a few things in hand. One was a BS degree in biomedical science from Texas A&M University, yes. I know, right? I know. Two, a life-changing experience working part-time as a cage cleaner for an animal named Delilah. I hope to get back to that. A letter in hand that began, "We regret to inform you," in response to an application to the Veterinary School of Medicine. Can you believe that? So anyway, what it became was a time to stop, reevaluate, research options, and make decisions, stay the course, or go a different direction. It would have helped if I had family and friends that shared my love for science nearby, known local alumni to get advice, or even working experience in the areas for which I was considering. That was just not the case for me. My family's support and philosophy was simple. We work hard, work with excellence, we don't quit, we trust God. So based on my research, I landed on pharmacy. I took one shot, applied here, and was accepted. And I began pharmacy school with enthusiasm, however, did not have much of a career path mapped out. But yet there were two inflection points once I was in the undergraduate program for here at the College of Pharmacy. The first was exposure. During the second year, we had lunch hour lectures by faculty and talked about their respective areas. In one session, a pharmacy faculty member named Dr. Lynn Chrisman told us about a day in the life being in a clinical psychiatric setting. And when he was done, I said, that's what I want to do. The second inflection point for me was with expectations being set. I added an elective rotation in psychiatry just as soon as I could, and it may not have been exactly like this, but this is how I heard it, and it was something like this. Cheryl, you've been assigned a patient, and we need you to make a pharmaceutical care plan that will help address the challenge. Here's what we need you to do. Chart review, past current medication history, interview the patient using a standardized psychiatric assessment tool, explain the known pathophysiology of the disorder as well as at the biologic level, include pharmacology as well as what is currently available, but also investigational based on the mechanism of action. PK, PD, DDI must be addressed, and one, also be sure to cite the relevant publications. You'll present that to us, the faculty, in 2 days, and you're going to present it to the multiple disciplinary team at the end of this week. My thoughts and facial expressions said, "Are you crazy?" Now, I know none of you have had experiences like that where you had a standard that was set, an expectation that was set. Well, these were many years ago for me. And the faculty members, Drs. Larry Ereshefsky, Steve Sacklad, Judy Sacklad, and Ann Richards, I realized that they had an expectation to provide more than memorized knowledge, earn credibility. I was expected to apply scientific thinking strategically. Every rotation thereafter had the same expectation. Internal medicine, ambulatory care, community setting, it did not matter. The expectation was set. I was growing, and I still did not have a clear picture of what the opportunities would be ahead for me. But why not just keep going? So with that being said, I applied and was accepted and transitioned to the Doctor of Pharmacy program and followed by the residency. And it was the curiosity that really kept me going. But this is a declaration that I have for you. Graduates, you are leaders right now, headed towards new roles, filled with uncertainty and high expectations, but you are right where you need to be. You may be saying, now, Dr. Anderson, I was prepared for the reward of having worked so hard to earn this degree. There is so much change happening in healthcare, pharmacy, and it's going to be hard. And I do understand that. The reality of changes in healthcare, advances in healthcare technology, the changing role of pharmacists, that is what you will face. But this is your moment. Think about the times that we are in now. A study in Health Affairs found that of the 89,000 chain and independent U.S. pharmacies that had operated between the time period of 2010 to 2020, more than 29% of those pharmacies had closed in 2021. But imagine being a patient living in those communities without access, easy access to their essential medications. This is the reality for patients, and there are pharmacists who are in the position to have to deal with and address these factors. Further, there are subgroups of patients that have a disproportionate impact by certain diseases, as well as the morbidity and mortality is higher and distinctly different. Consider diabetes, Alzheimer's, oncology. These patients have limited access, as well as they do not participate typically in clinical trials. So in these pharmacy deserts, these are the gaps that must be filled. Chronic disease management, poor medication adherence that can increase hospitalizations. Health disparities still exist. But when we think about other areas, things like artificial intelligence and machine learning, there's certainly so many benefits, but isn't that, I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit off script, because it seems to be almost the flavor of the day, right? That everything has a component of AI. It's going to revolutionize healthcare, pharmacy, medication management, and healthcare efficiency. Assist in selecting dosages and drugs, identifying drug interactions, and reducing medication errors. Tasks that can be automated and the workflows, all of those things will be just so much more efficient. This also frees up the time for the pharmacist to do other things that are not administrative. In the pharma side of product development, AI is thought to be incorporated beyond the discovery phase, because now we can utilize AI to develop and have a regulatory decision-making influence. Recently, the FDA just this past week announced that the results of a pilot study using AI to conduct scientific reviews was very, very favorable, and they're excited about extending that. But on the other side of that, there's data bias, there's inequity that happens in those historical data sets. These result in incomplete and biased results and interpretations. Some of these factors are many: access, mistrust, policies, those kinds of things. The other area is lack of clinical context. individual patient complexities, comorbidities, the nuanced aspects of medical history. Those are the kinds of things that are important to not be lost in this process, and there must be a human in the loop. So here's a declaration I'd like to make to you as the class of 2025. Patients are really waiting on you. Community, hospital, administrative, research, industry, biotech startups, wherever you will go, there will be a problem to solve. But you are the University of Texas College of Pharmacy graduate. You are expected to lead. And I want to say that again. You are expected to lead and find these new solutions, because innovation is not just a need, it's a calling. So when I think about that further, then I wanted to just share a page from my journey in industry and the roles that I had. It begins with fear, but it ends with transformation. So I was offered a role as the Senior Director of Regulatory Affairs for a company. The company headquarters were based in Copenhagen, Denmark, U.S. offices in Illinois, and I was in Indiana. I would be the U.S. lead for the regulatory affairs for a biologic in development for acute ischemic stroke, and intending to work for it to be obtained and approved in both the U.S. and Europe. The Copenhagen team had lots of experience, but very limited experience in the U.S. as well as working with the FDA. I said yes. Did I have fears? Of course. Our team had an immediate deliverable to meet with both the FDA as well as the EMA, the European Medicine Agency. And my questions to myself was, how will I build trust across an ocean? How will I bridge knowledge, cultures, schedules, and expectations? What about even language differences? My responsibilities were to lead the team through the process as we prepared ourselves for the meetings with the FDA. Questions, scientific backgrounders, aligning differences, travel to and fro from Copenhagen as well as back to the U.S. We had to prepare virtually as well as in person in the U.S. And then just as things were going well and things were starting to get settled, my vice president walks in and says, you know what, you don't have an MBA, and we need you to get that for the next leadership level. Again, I thought, are you crazy? The company covered the cost and all those kinds of things that come with it, but it was still going to be tough. What would I do to move both of these important projects forward? My personal learning as well as advancing the company's product. So to generate real-world evidence as well as discussion and topics, I decided that it would be appropriate to align my learning with what the company needed as well as what was going on in the regulatory environment. So this resulted in cross-functional one-on-one introductions with people I did not know, and it just had an opportunity to continue to learn more and think strategically. But it wasn't just about business, because I had a family too, and how would we make this work? How would we juggle this life? We figured it out because my husband and I were empty nesters at the time, but I once had to even stop at a truck stop, log in, and do a session online with truckers all around me. They were quite kind, though, I will say that. Now, the result was our FDA meeting went as needed. It was very productive. The work was done. My Danish colleagues, they also had an opportunity to experience a part of a United States presidential inauguration and the activities in Washington, D.C., but it fostered a deeper cultural exchange, and we built a lasting trust and pride. And personally, I emerged as a better, stronger leader. This is the value of what comes when you brainstorm with people with different ideas, different work styles, different languages, different cultures, all of those things that I anticipated to be of concern. The other aspect that comes with that is personal accountability, because you don't always get it right. And I had many of those opportunities to not get it right. But at the same time, humility and open-mindedness, they grow. My next role was obvious, as has been introduced. And then today, what I do with biotech companies is a byproduct of that work and that career. But the foundation of all of that was gotten right here at the University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy. Irrespective of the path that you are taking after today, remember that this is the place that has given you a foundation. Classroom work, rotations, labs, yes, but also think about the other things, the LEADER program, Cliff Littlefield Research Day, druggable targets in the discovery groups, Innovating for Health Institute, UT and MD Anderson, the collaborations to establish and accelerate it, and the University of Texas College of Pharmacy is going to be a part of that. The other part of that was also this thing. What is the things that are a part of building a foundation? I mentioned earlier, one of my things was in working as a cage cleaner for that animal, and the work that I experienced as well as the unexpected teacher. It was a lion named Delilah. So to start work, I had to gear up, heavy overalls, knee-high rubber boots, layers that made me feel like I was carrying an additional 20 pounds. And as I walked down the gravel path towards her enclosure, I heard it for the first time, Delilah's roar. This roar was not just any kind of roar. It was deep to the bone roar. And I stopped in my tracks. My heart raced. I questioned everything. I asked myself, are you crazy? And then Delilah roared again. And clearly she did not sound like a cowardly lion. So eventually I reached her enclosure. I followed every safety instruction and did the job. Washed the cage, scrubbed the walls, cleared it all out. The next day I heard the roar again. But this time I walked forward more cautiously. And then day after day, I heard the roar because the roars did not ever stop. But what happened was I no longer flinched. So that experience and unlikely teacher, this line, taught me three things I'd like to share with you. Throughout the rest of your career, you will hear the roars. Loud opinions, doubting opinions of others, policy changes, doubting your own mind. But keep walking anyway. The roars won't stop, but over time, your inner voice will grow in strength, and that will be the one that you listen to. Second, get comfortable being uncomfortable. The gear was heavy. The boots felt awkward. But that weight and that strength, that's where I grew stronger. Leadership requires stepping into things that are new and feels unnatural until they don't. The third point, sometimes there is crap to clean up. New things and new roles come with messes, and it's messy. And you are there to clean it up, to make it better, turn it around, serve and lead. And you won't be alone. Find those mentors who will be there to help you. I didn't mention that I did have experienced animal keepers outside who managed Delilah while I was inside the cage. So irrespective of the path that you're on today, you have the foundation, your parents, your spouse, your community. My parents, Gerald and Harding Bill, I stand on their shoulders. They were both public school educators and created a village so that I could see what could be versus what I did see. My husband, Donnie Anderson, I stand on his shoulders as well as his hand in my back at the time sometimes that I just did not want to go forward. But Donnie's support has always been unwavering, and he is an example to our children. Last but not least, my God, I walk by faith and not by sight. I stand before you because of Christ. It is my faith that has guided me to this very day. So again, as I look at this class, this 2025 class, as well as I wish I could, I still just want to take another extra 5 seconds because you still look good. University of Texas, Austin College of Pharmacy, class of 25, I see you. You are right where you need to be, ready to lead. The future of pharmacy is in good hands, yours. So say yes, even when it scares you. Step up when those stretch roles are presented to you. Stand out to build the bridges that are necessary to find innovation to change the lives of patients. Congratulations.
So join me in congratulating once again Dr. Anderson for such a wonderful commencement speech. We would now like to introduce our PhD degree candidates. As the line forms, I would give a few facts about our PhD students. First, they are part of the largest number of enrolled in the history of our College of Pharmacy with 111 students. Second, they are now also the largest graduating class in the history of our PhD program. Congratulations on both of these accomplishments and also for lining up so efficiently. As we begin awarding our degrees, we ask that each of you please take your pictures from your seats, and we have a professional photographer who will take the photos, and we absolutely promise to get the photos to you. Members of our college administration will assist me in awarding the degrees. Dr. Maria Croyle will introduce the candidates and announce the awards. The candidate's supervising professor or Associate Dean John Richburg will have the great honor of hooding the candidates, and Dr. Chan Yoon Park will present the awards to our graduates. Please take the stage.
Good morning, graduates, family, friends, fellow faculty, esteemed guests. It is my honor to announce the PhD graduate students in pharmaceutical sciences. We have Dr. James Baffo, supervised by Letitia Mochajemba. His title is Factors Related to Medication Adherence Among People Experiencing Homelessness. Dr. Baffo is also receiving the College of Pharmacy's Walter Fast Doctoral Excellence Award and is our graduate student commencement speaker. Congratulations. We have Dr. Cameron Bryan, supervised by Quinn Yang, in the dissertation title, Investigating the Formation and Repair of DNA Adducts Arising from Abasic Sites. We have Dr. Rachel Clark, supervised by Dr. John D. Giovanni. Her dissertation title is Synergistic Inhibition of Prostate Cancer Progression by the Combination of Xanthrohumol and Uracilic Acid in the Diet. We have Dr. Madison Davis, supervised by myself. Her dissertation title is Harnessing In Vitro and In Vivo Models to Support Oral Mucosal Adjuvant Discovery. Oh, yeah, okay. Next is Dr. Mahamoud Hanafi, supervised by Dr. Zhenrong Sui, and his dissertation title, Lipid-Based Nanoparticles for Drug Delivery. Next is Yixiao Liu, supervised by Dr. Chan Yoon Park. Dissertation title, Cardioprotective Effectiveness of Sodium Glucose Cotransporter 2 Inhibitors in Early Breast Cancer Following Anthracycline or Trastuzumab-based Chemotherapy. Next have Dr. Kimber Long, supervised by Kevin Dalby and co-supervised by Karen Vasquez. Dissertation title, Mechanistic Insights into the calmodulin-driven activation and regulation of eukaryotic elongation factor 2 kinase. next have Dr. Rex Moore, supervised by Dr. Hugh Smythe. Dissertation title, Conquering Bacterial Lung Infections, a Holistic Approach Incorporating Microbiological and Pharmaceutical Principles to Overcome Treatment Shortcomings. We next have Dr. Chinyere, supervised by Letitia Mokojimba. Dissertation title, Using the Health Belief Model to Evaluate Factors Related to Pneumococcal Vaccination Among Non-Hispanic Black Adults with Type 2 Diabetes. We next have Dr. Angela Ren, supervised by Fong Zhang. Her dissertation title is Twin Screw Extrusion for Development of Complex Dosage Forms. We next have Dr. Dan Diego Rivera, supervised by Dr. Walter Fast and co-supervised by Chris Whitman. Dissertation title, Discovery and Optimization of Inhibitors that Target Nucleoli Metallo-Beta-Lactamases. We next have Dr. Kelsey Stray, supervised by Dr. Kelly Ravelis. Dissertation title, Unraveling the Prognostic Landscape, Traditional and Novel Biomarkers of Clostridioides difficile Infection in Infection Health Outcomes. Dr. Stray also is receiving a College of Pharmacy's Doctoral Research Merit Award. Congratulations. We next have Dr. Yogesh Vora, supervised by Carolyn Brown and co-supervised by Chan Yun Park. Dissertation title, Impact of Hepatic and Pancreatic Cancers on the Health-Related Quality of Life of Patients. And lastly, but certainly not least, we have Dr. Stephen Wolf, supervised by Dr. Rana Ghosh. Dissertation title, The Evolution of Albumin Drug Delivery from Oncology to Endocrinology.
Please join me in congratulating the 2025 PhD graduates. Graduate student commencement remarks serve as an opportunity for one of our master's or PhD student recipients to reflect on their experiences in the college and highlight the future research discoveries that lie ahead for today's graduates. We are also honoring one of our beloved faculty members who we lost too soon from our pharmacy family in 2023. This year we are awarding the inaugural Walter Fast Doctoral Excellence Award as a tribute to the indelible impact Dr. Fast has made on our college. This award celebrates a graduate who embodies Dr. Fast's character by exemplifying his commitment to nurturing independence, critical thinking, and leadership through their research, service, mentoring, and teaching contributions. Today, Dr. James Baffo, PharmD and now PhD, is the recipient of the Walter Fast Doctor Excellence Award and was selected by our graduate student commencement, to be our graduate student commencement speaker. Please join me in welcome Dr. James Baffo to the podium.
Good morning, everyone. I am honored to give the graduate student remarks for this year's commencement ceremony. Congratulations, class of 2025, we made it. Our path toward obtaining a PhD or master's degree at the University of Texas College of Pharmacy have been diverse. I want to take this opportunity to recount my own experience. I am a pharmacist who obtained my pharmacy education and training in Ohio. When I was in pharmacy school, I wanted to become a clinical pharmacist specializing in infectious diseases. However, during a clinical rotation in Jackson, Mississippi, I observed disparities within the healthcare system that hindered patients' access to care, ultimately making it difficult for them to adhere to their medications. The disparities I observed there motivated me to pursue a PhD in health outcomes research to investigate and develop innovative solutions and strategies to address gaps in care to improve health outcomes and behaviors, particularly regarding medication adherence. This journey brought me to the University of Texas at Austin, where I encountered fellow individuals who share a common pursuit of knowledge to address significant issues. Indeed, we dedicated considerable time and effort to this endeavor. The need to stay up late to meet numerous deadlines, coupled with financial stress, imposter syndrome, feelings of burnout, and challenges in navigating relationships with advisors and fellow lab mates led to significant frustrations. Yet, we worked diligently towards the goal of fulfilling the why we started this program. And here we are, adorned in our expensive burnt orange gown to celebrate this perseverance. So today, class of 2025, we celebrate the reward of the uphill and downhill climbs throughout this experience. And what a day it is worth celebrating because this adventure has been a long ride. When I started thinking about what I would say today, the university's message, "What starts here changes the world," kept coming to me. Digging deeper into what started here for me, 3 words came to mind: service, authenticity, and gratitude. And I believe most of you will share the same words with me. Most of us started this journey as strangers. I remember Dr. Richberg, Shar, and other faculty members trying to break the ice during our first year orientation. Now look at us. We are sitting here as one big extended family because of the services we offered each other. Now, when I talk about services, it's not the kind where you sign up to volunteer at the Central Texas Food Bank with the International Society for Pharmacoeconomics and Outcomes Research, or participate in the UT Girl Day with the American Association of Pharmaceutical Scientists, or volunteer at the homeless shelter because you can too. Although a big shout out to those who did volunteer for such activities, your contributions made the experience here more enriching. I'm alluding to service where your peer brings you an extra plate or a cup of coffee or tea from the leftovers from the PGSA meeting because of your commitment in the lab that made it impossible for you to attend, or someone sitting with you and listening to you share your frustrations about your research or sometimes about your advisor, or sharing experiences and insight to teaching assistantship positions, or providing you some constructive criticism, or even making sure their loved ones take good care of you when you travel over thousands of miles away from Austin. It is no doubt that despite the challenges we faced in this program, we served each other by showing up, supporting, and representing one another authentically. We stayed true to ourselves despite the harsh critiques from the voices in our heads. We stayed on track, stuck to our gut, and remained dedicated to the goal. There were days where we felt frustrated because the lab results were inconsistent, weeks where we felt inadequate, months where we felt invisible, and years where we tried to keep our head above water, yet we did not give up. We remained true to ourselves and kept it moving. We pulled through this organized chaos because of the authentic reasons we had in pursuing graduate training, the authentic connections we have built, and the authentic intentionality to be there for one another. Being authentic allowed us to recognize our strengths and weaknesses and made us step out from our comfort zone. We found confidence in voicing our ideas and perspectives while acknowledging the differences among us. We fostered meaningful relationships with our peers, faculty, and staff, which has led to us sitting here celebrating one another and feeling grateful for this significant milestone. So gratitude for me has been one consistent feeling throughout this experience. Whether I was flourishing or just getting by in the program, I came back to a profound sense of gratitude. I always appreciated the supportive, friendly, and welcoming environment created by the College of Pharmacy community. Whether it was a fellow student serving as a mentor to help you navigate the graduate student life, someone proofreading your work to enhance it, having some downtime with others despite the busy schedule, or someone believing in you just enough for you to believe in yourself, I remain thankful for every moment. While this gratitude is not always expressed loudly, it can come in many forms. Forms like peer support, smile or laughter, gift, hugs, or being present this early morning to show how grateful that your loved one is obtaining an advanced degree. It is not surprising that this hall is filled with loved ones to show how grateful this milestone also means to them. So whether you're graduating today or supporting someone who is, I hope you take a moment to feel gratitude because no one achieves their goals alone. Speaking of gratitude and not meeting goals alone, I would like to acknowledge my advisor, Dr. Tish Muchigamba, the faculty and staff in the Health Outcomes Division and Test Corps, Dean Sam Poliak, Dr. John Richberg, for their support and contributions in my professional and personal growth. Also, special thanks to Katie, Christina, all administrative staff, and those who ensured that the classrooms were clean and safe for us to use. Lastly, I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to my family and friends, particularly my parents, Isaac Roland and Sarah Autry, and Benjamin, Emmanuel, and Margaret Jampo. Sorry, I'm getting emotional here. I thank you for your countless services to ensure I reach this dream. I am sincerely grateful. I would like to end the speech with a quote from my favorite poem, and it's The Desiderata by Max Ehrmann, and it reads, "You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be. And whatever your labors and aspirations, in the noisy confusion of life, keep peace in your soul. With all its shame, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful, strive to be happy." Class of 2025, know that wherever you end up, either in academia, industry, or consulting, you have the right to be there. And whether or not it is clear to you, you have been equipped with the resources and knowledge to serve. Stay true to yourself and express gratitude towards every opportunity that comes your way, because what starts here at UT truly changes the world, and you are the change, so go out there and hook 'em. Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you so much, Dr. Beffo, for your excellent, inspiring words to our master's and PhD graduates as they embark on their careers. Now is the time to introduce the awarding of the degrees of the Doctor of Pharmacy degree candidates. We again ask our guests to please take your pictures from your seat as we have a professional photographer and we will get you those pictures. Members of our College of Pharmacy administration will assist me in awarding the degrees. Senior Associate Dean Renee Acosta will have the great honor of hooding our Doctor of Pharmacy candidates. Associate Dean Diane Ginsberg will introduce the candidates. Assistant Dean Justin Samuel will announce the academic honors, research honors, dual degree, and college award recipients. Assistant Dean Ashley Castleberry will present the student medallions. Dr. Maria Croyle will present the awards, and Dr. Veronica Young will present the honors cords. To learn more about the awards being presented today and the recipients' accomplishments, please refer to the Student Awards section in your program. And now we begin the hooding ceremony.
Dr. Jennifer Renee Aceveda. Dr. Kate Adams.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Kimberly Nixon.
Dr. Reem Ahmad. Dr. Esther Albuquerque.
Graduating with university honors and with high college academic honors. Also graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dean Renee Acosta. And also receiving the College of Pharmacy Alumni Association Mortar and Pestle Award.
Dr. Shamail Alim. Dr. Yusuf Al-Naimi. Dr. Hannah Isabella Angeles. Dr. Bridget Ali Arliano.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Catherine Lin, and also graduating with the Master in Biomedical Informatics degree, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Innovation and Entrepreneurship Award.
Dr. Christina Atherton.
Graduating with university honors and with college academic honors.
Dr. Philip Thomas Bailey.
Graduating with university high honors and with high college academic honors. Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Songmin Lee, and continuing on in the PharmD to PhD pathway. Also receiving the College of Pharmacy Outstanding Research Award.
Dr. Christopher George Batty. Dr. Sean Barrett McElroy.
Graduating with highest college academic honors. Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dean Diane Ginsburg, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award.
Dr. Victor Jaden Benavides. Dr. Colin Andrew Blackwell.
Graduating with university highest honors and with highest college academic honors. Also receiving the College of Pharmacy Alumni Association Mortar and Pestle Award.
Dr. Megan Callahan. Dr. Eli Carbo Ontiveros. Dr. Jamie Chan. Dr. Wan Sug Choi. Dr. Grace Clark.
Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young, Dr. Denise Kelly, and Dr. Kristen Jansen.
Dr. Christoph Creighton. Dr. King Dane. Dr. Aisha Darvish.
Graduating with University High Honors and with highest college academic honors. Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Innovation and Entrepreneurship Award.
Dr. Andrea Delgado. Dr. Alexis Danette Zanaga.
Graduating with University Highest Honors and with highest college academic honors. Also receiving the College of Pharmacy Exemplary Leadership Award.
Dr. Quinn Din. Dr. Chad Dittmer.
Graduating with University Highest Honors and with highest college academic honors. Also receiving the College of Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award.
Dr. Annalise Ekman.
Graduating as a Lester Entrepreneurial Scholar in the Health Innovations track.
Dr. William Elizondo. Dr. Mackenzie Irwin.
Receiving the College of Pharmacy Exemplary Leadership Award.
Dr. Vanessa Esparza.
Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Excellence in Patient Care Award.
Dr. Hunter Garcia. Dr. Sofia Alejandra Garcia. Dr. Clarissa Garza. Dr. Felipe Gomez. Dr. Rodney Gomez. Dr. Haley Groff.
Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young.
Dr. Sabrina Guerra. Dr. Maria Gugliano.
Graduating with high university honors. Graduating with high college honors. Also graduating as a Leicester Entrepreneurial Scholar in the Health Innovations track.
Dr. Meredith Guidry. Dr. Victoria Gutierrez.
Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young, and also receiving the United States Public Health Service Excellence in Public Health Award.
Dr. Victor Alfonso Herrera. Dr. Sarah Hilzendegger.
Graduating with high university honors. Graduating with college academic honors.
Dr. Pilkisu Ibrahim Gandhi.
Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young.
Dr. Jamaris Jacoda.
Graduating with university honors and with college academic honors.
Dr. Claire Elise Janke.
Graduating with university high honors and with high college academic honors.
Dr. Emily Johnson. Dr. Cameron Kudurka. Dr. Agrim Kumar. Dr. Navin Kumar. Dr. Kristen Kumi. Dr. Sunmo Kwan. Dr. Irene Lee. Dr. Jennifer Lines.
Receiving the College of Pharmacy Innovation and Entrepreneurship Award.
Dr. Elizabeth Longo.
Graduating with university highest honors and with highest college academic honors. Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young and Dr. Jenna Summerlin, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Alumni Association Mortar and Pestle Award.
Dr. Dominique Lopez.
Graduating as a Lester Entrepreneurial Scholar in the Health Innovations track.
Dr. Angie Liu. Dr. Jacqueline Massian. Dr. Michelle Martin Zamora. Dr. Jessica Martin.
Graduating with university honors and with highest college academic honors. Also receiving the College of Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award.
Dr. Shannon Mayberry.
Receiving the College of Pharmacy Dedicated Service Award.
Dr. Amelia McGill.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Grace Lee.
Dr. Mayren Matiku. Dr. Amanda Neishing Mock. Dr. Edo Quinn Mossgrove.
Graduating as a Lester Entrepreneurial Scholar in the Pharmacy Ownership track.
Dr. Hannah Navarro.
Graduating with university honors and with college academic honors.
Dr. Cynthia Wynn. Dr. Kim Yen Win.
Graduating with high university honors and with high college academic honors.
Dr. Wen Win. Dr. Valeria Noriega.
Graduating with college academic honors and receiving the College of Pharmacy Excellence in Patient Care Award.
Dr. Matthew Norwood.
Graduating with university honors and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Dedicated Service Award.
Dr. Bruno Kalechi Onque.
Graduating as a Lester Entrepreneurial Scholar in the Pharmacy Ownership track.
Dr. Chitali Patel. Dr. Somya Patel.
Also receiving the College of Pharmacy Exemplary Leadership Award.
Dr. Ricky Pena. Dr. Delin Peshik. Dr. Paola Pina. Dr. Chloe Pineda. Dr. Charlize Price.
Graduating with college academic honors.
Dr. Irene Raju. Dr. Kaylee Raven. Dr. Daria Razmara.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Bill Williams and continuing on in the PharmD to PhD pathway, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Outstanding Research Award.
Dr. Shaza Reman. Dr. Carlos Rios. Dr. Paula Isabella Rios. Dr. Christina Rodriguez.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Maria Croyle.
Dr. Christopher Cameron Alexander Rodriguez.
Graduating with university honors and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Dedicated Service Award.
Dr. Jillian Rosenzweig. Dr. Riley Russell.
Graduating with college academic honors.
Dr. James Sagun.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Maria Croyle, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Outstanding Research Award.
Dr. Christina Sagun.
Also receiving the College of Pharmacy Dedicated Service Award.
Dr. Reagan Schlurf.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Maria Croyle, and graduating as a Lester Entrepreneurial Scholar in the Health Innovations track. And also receiving the College of Pharmacy Innovation and Entrepreneurship Award.
Dr. Diego Sierra.
Receiving the College of Pharmacy Excellence in Patient Care Award.
Dr. Niraja Surendran. Dr. Tiffany Surya Donata. Dr. Zachary Stephen Taylor.
Graduating with university honors and with highest college academic honors. Graduating as a Lester Entrepreneurial Scholar in the Health Innovations track, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Academic Achievement Award.
Dr. Jennifer Dun Tran.
Also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young.
Dr. Jenny Tran. Dr. Tien Tien Tran. Dr. Fredasia LaShawn Tucker. Dr. Nick Verisco. Dr. Lin Wong.
Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Anton Avincenia.
Dr. Kayla Walker.
Graduating with university honors. Graduating with research honors under the supervision of Dr. Letitia Machagemba, and also graduating with the Master of Public Health degree under the supervision of Dr. Veronica Young and Dr. Catherine Lin, and also receiving the College of Pharmacy Outstanding Research Award.
Dr. Travis Woods. Dr. Kelly Yu. Dr. Jonathan Zulaya. Dr. Ali Zimmerman.
Graduating with university honors and with college academic honors.
Please join me in congratulating the PharmD class of 2025. PharmD student commencement remarks serve as an opportunity for one of our PharmD graduates to reflect on their personal experiences and to share words of advice to their classmates who will shape the future of pharmacy. Today, our student commencement remarks will be given by the president of the 2025 PharmD class. Please welcome Dr. Christopher Batty to the podium.
All right, thank you very much for that kind introduction, Dean Poliak. It is both an honor and a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak on behalf of the class of 2025. Firstly, let's get some cheers out. Yeah, fantastic. All right. Firstly, I am immeasurably happy to extend a warm welcome to all of you who have joined us this morning to celebrate our class. The mentors, the faculty, the staff both on and off stage have been invaluable to our development, not only as pharmacists, but as people. Your tireless efforts have ensured that we are ready to make that transition from students to true professionals, and I'm so glad that all of you are here to share this moment. Additionally, I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our families, those who've supported us for as long as we remember, and our friends, both amongst ourselves in our class and beyond. Through your endless, tireless efforts, you've been an immense help to all of us. You've been an irreplaceable part of our journey, and for that, on behalf of the class, I extend our combined and heartfelt thanks. Looking back upon the last 4 years, it really did feel just like yesterday that we were at orientation, meeting people that we'd have no idea that would become some of our closest friends. In these years, however, we've shared more than just a series of moments in time. We've been part of a continuous experience. There's the big, memorable things, well-deserving of adulation, those org banquets, all of the accolades associated with them, and there are many accolades, am I right? There's pharmacy prom, the endless gauntlet of exams. But there's also the little things. I'm talking about those pre-exam reviews in the break room fueled by day-old coffee, calling, rattling off study points. The excursions to get an overdue breakfast after the exam's over. Those late-night study sessions in the PCL. These are small moments, but having been in such good company, I look back on them with a sense of fondness and nostalgia. And I urge all of you to find that as well. In terms of my own experiences and the moments that I've shared with you, I would be painting a woefully incomplete picture if I failed to acknowledge my time this last year in the San Antonio region. Shout out San Antonio, let's hear it. Having spent close to 20 years of my life here in Austin, even that short move down I-35 had me hesitant, but my worries were quickly allayed by the warm welcome to the San Antonio region's faculty, staff, the friends, and perhaps most of all, a group of gentlemen known as the Fiends. Big shout out. If any of y'all have heard the barking, that's them. In this past year, in this good company, I have found myself with an uncountable number of moments and memories, from that wonderful Friendsgiving to spending 7 sweltering hours to a nearly rained-out free Pitbull concert, and to moments like William's wedding and Christoph's fantastic best man speech. These times that I have shared with you this past year have been an invaluable asset in my perseverance through the ups and downs of P4 year. I'm forever grateful for these times. Going forward, though, at this crux, this moment in time, we have all seen each other venture from new students going into fresh professionals in all fields. Seeing each one of you walk across that stage and hearing the announcement of your names has filled me with an irreplaceable joy. When you look through that program and you know that our class is heading into positions of distinction in community, in industry, in our hospitals, in academia, and blazing trails even beyond these fields all across the country, it is a satisfying culmination of our hard work, and I truly hope that every one of you finds deep, genuine pride in your great accomplishments. The time that we have spent together leading up to this moment here has been filled with the joy of getting to know you, and the distinct opportunity to share my life with you for the past 4 years is something that I will always hold dear. If you had asked me 4 years ago, I would not have considered myself a particularly sentimental person. But these experiences, these times, and all of you have made my heart so full. This moment isn't just nostalgia and reminiscing, however. It is imbued with a distinct hope. The fact that all of you will be in these communities, in these hospitals, and in our institutions and beyond gives me an assurance that while our time here together has finally come to a close, the good works that all of us do will be boundless. Again, deepest thanks to our families, our mentors, our friends, and every single person that has helped us along the way. And from me to you, the class of 2025, thank you for making these past 4 years richer than I ever could have imagined. Now, to everyone in the audience, all of you, my friends, please join me in yet another well-deserved congratulations for the University of Texas of Austin College of Pharmacy's class of 2025. Hook 'em horns!
Wow, that's a tough act to follow. Thank you, Dr. Batty, and congratulations. We are excited to have you represent the class for the future. The College of Pharmacy Alumni Association serves an important role in the life of the College of Pharmacy. Today, Dr. Kat McCormick, 2018 PharmD graduate and president of the UT College of Pharmacy Alumni Association, will welcome you to the Alumni Association, announce the recent elected class officers, and lead us in the oath of the pharmacist. Dr. McCormick is the pharmacist at Tarrytown Expo Care Pharmacy, which specializes in serving communities of individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities nationwide. She serves as a pharmacist in charge at the UT Health Austin Ambulatory Surgery Center. Please join me in welcoming Dr. McCormick to the podium.
Thanks, Dean Poliak, and thank you, graduates, for allowing me to join you for today's celebration. Today, I have the pleasure of formally welcoming you to the Alumni Association, as well as the honor of leading you through the Oath of the Pharmacist. Our Alumni Association is very unique. Upon completion of today's ceremony, each of you will be automatically recognized as full active members. This includes all PharmD and PhD graduates being recognized today. Together, we serve to strengthen alumni engagement and to promote and support our College of Pharmacy. Our Alumni Association offers you a platform to stay connected with your classmates and encourages you to expand your network to include other former students of the college. It allows you to maintain relationships with faculty and staff who you now stand with side by side as peers. Most importantly, it gives you the honor of supporting all pharmacy students who will come after you. Not so long ago, you arrived on campus as eager students. After this ceremony, you'll leave the 40 acres as alumni. I would like to invite each of you back to campus for your first official event as College of Pharmacy Alumni Association members. Join us on Saturday, November the 22nd for our annual homecoming tailgate. This will be held on campus immediately before our Longhorn football team soundly defeats our old rivals, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Here you'll have the opportunity to reconnect with classmates and recognize the achievements of other deserving alumni. I really look forward to seeing you all there. Your time spent as students in the College of Pharmacy was brief, but your time spent as alumni will truly last forever. Our Alumni Association welcomes you, and we cannot wait to see what you will achieve. Next, I would like to take the time to introduce your 2025 PharmD class officers. These officers were elected by you and will represent you in the future by serving as liaisons to our College of Pharmacy. We have met our class president, Mr. Christopher Batty. Your class vice president is Elizabeth Longo. And your class secretary is Alexis Dennett Zuniga. Thank you in advance for your service, Christopher, Elizabeth, and Alexis. I will close by inviting you to join me as we recite the Oath of the Pharmacist. The Oath of the Pharmacist is an agreement between pharmacists and the public we serve. It describes the pharmacist's duties to our patients, the profession, and society. We recite this together when you graduate pharmacy school as a pledge and a reminder of the moral, ethical, and legal obligations with which you are entrusted as a pharmacist healthcare professional. While the oath speaks to devoting your professional life to serve humankind, think of it also as a lasting promise to your fellow graduates, faculty and staff, alumni, patients, and all others with whom you will interact. I ask all PharmD graduates and any pharmacists present in the audience to stand if able and join as we recite the Oath of the Pharmacist together as one. The oath has been printed for you on the last page of your program. Please raise your right hand, and let's begin. I promise to devote myself to a lifetime of service to others through the profession of pharmacy. In fulfilling this vow, I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. I will apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. I will respect and protect all personal and health information entrusted to me. I will accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. I will hold myself and my colleagues to the highest principles of our profession's moral, ethical, and legal conduct. I will embrace and advocate changes that improve patient care. I will utilize my knowledge, skills, experiences, and values to prepare the next generation of pharmacists. I take these vows voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations, and hook 'em horns. You may be seated.
It has been a great honor for all of us to watch you emerge as the leaders that you have become today. To see when you first came into our pharmacy program, looking and exploring for what your purpose is, what your why is, and what your decision was going to be for your career choice, to seeing you grow into the professionals that you've become, is truly an honor for everybody on this stage. I'm sure it is an honor for your family members and your friends to see your growth as a professional. Whenever you came into the PhD program looking to be able to make research discoveries, had to spend many late nights with many frustrating experiments gone wrong, and you made that one choice, that one decision to change that one thing that worked. And you came in that next day and you saw that result. And it led you to be able to write that paper, get that work done, and get it out the door, to be able to sit here with your PhD, changing your research for tomorrow for all research in society and embark on your career. For our PharmD students coming in and looking at what career path you wanted to go down in the profession, looking at all the options in front of you, everything that the pharmacy program gave you to offer through our 22 student organizations, and figuring out which one to sign up for and which one not to sign up for, and deciding which one to get involved with and which one to become a leader in. You made those decisions based on your career choice. You made those decisions in discovering your why. You made those decisions in discovering your purpose. It has been a true honor for every single one of us to help you. Through your team mentors, through the faculty being able to help you, through each other, talking to your senior classmates, and for you serving as those senior classmates, advising all the junior classmates on what their career path should be. You've emerged. You found your way. You found your way and you found your purpose. That comes from here. And I'm bringing that up because we had a whole curriculum to help guide you. We had goals, we had tests, we had exams, we had assignments, you had rotations, you had dissertation projects, you had your comprehensive exam and your qualifying exams to get past. Each of these milestones, you made it through. You made it through with setting the goal that's next. Well, now you sit on the stage after graduation. Now you get to set your own goals. You get to take those same lessons, and rather having a curriculum or a committee there to oversee you, you become the person that creates those goals. As you get into your career, you'll make a decision on what is my next goal, what is my next horizon. And the person that will hold you accountable to those goals and what you want to do to be a leader is going to be you. The great news is you won't be alone. You're going to have a team of people around you to be able to help you as you embark on your careers. Those people are sitting with you here today. They're your family, they're your friends. They're the people that your classmates that you keep in touch with post-graduation. They're your mentors. You'll find mentors that you may not even know today out in your career that'll help guide you, that'll help be your person that you can call. You might even call one of us and ask us for advice. We're always here to be able to talk to you about how things are going in your career. As you embark on your career, you're going to set those goals. And one thing I would encourage you to do is surround yourself with great people. Surround yourself with people that you enjoy working with. And surround yourself in an environment where you have fun working. Because there's one motto that I truly believe in, that I truly love, and that motto is that we all work harder whenever we all work harder and accomplish more whenever we have fun doing it. So create a team that creates good goals together. Create a team that wants to go out and make a difference. Create teams that can work together and enjoy it. Know what you love about it. Go back to your purpose. Have that purpose sitting in a drawer in your house or wherever you live, or maybe on your car, in the side pocket of your car. Whenever you have to look at it every once in a while, not when you're driving, to see that purpose, pull that out and remember, this is my purpose, this is my why, and this is what I'm in it for. And find the teams to be able to create those goals. Dr. Anderson said it wonderfully whenever he said, you are the leaders. Our profession needs leadership. And when I look around this room and when I had a chance to shake your hands, I know this room is full of exactly those leaders. We are so incredibly proud to be able to stand beside you and see everything that you've accomplished in your time in the program. A couple of quotes that I truly love are from Peter Safar, who is the man who invented CPR, and I may have said them a few times in class over the years. But one of them is, and if anything is important to be done, it has to be done now. And the second one is that patience may be a virtue, but persistence to the point of success is a blessing. So you've heard today about all of those goals. As you set your goals, is it going to be a straight, easy path? You know it's not going to be. Are there going to be setbacks? Are there going to be challenges? Are there going to be times whenever you don't think it's possible? It might be a sneak of imposter syndrome every once in a while. Just remember, every day, if you take a step towards that goal, you're going to be one step closer. And then you're going to get to experience that day that you experienced in the lab, and whenever that experiment worked, that day whenever you experienced in the classroom, whenever something went really well, or that day whenever you got an announcement and figured out what your career goals were, and you had that excitement about what you're going to do next. Those days are out there for you in your career path. So embrace them, go after them, set those goals at a high level, surround yourself with great people, and go out and make a true difference in this world. We're so incredibly proud of you. Congratulations, class of 2025. Graduates, you did not arrive on this day alone. Behind you sit your parents, your spouses, your companions, your children, your grandparents, your brothers, your sisters, and other special individuals who supported you along the way. Please rise and stand and give everybody that is here that has supported you over the years a round of applause. Graduates. Graduates, please remain standing and turn towards our faculty, regional directors, coordinators, preceptors, and staff for one last time. You pursued your education at the University of Texas Austin because you wanted to attend the premier college of pharmacy and to be trained by mentors and by our outstanding educators. We are fortunate to have an amazing and dedicated staff amongst all of us as well. Without our incredible staff, none of us would be here in this wonderful ceremony. It would not be as great as it's been. They make it all happen for our entire college. So please join me in giving a round of applause for all of the faculty staff for making today's ceremony possible. Finally, graduates, there's one more group to acknowledge, and that's each other. One of the most important support groups you've had during your academic journey are standing by your side. Your classmates, who were strangers just a few years ago, have now seen you at your very best, perhaps your very worst, but most of all, they stood behind you every step of the way. Together, you share memories that will bind you together for a lifetime. Please be sure to keep in touch throughout your career and give each other a round of applause for all the support you've given each other over the years. Please be seated. You and your classmates have now joined over 9,000 UT Masters, PhD, and PharmD alumni as part of our UT Austin Pharmacy Longhorn family. As a gift, the college has purchased a one-year membership and alumni association at the University of Texas at Austin, Texas Exes. I encourage you to become an active member of Texas Exes, most importantly, in the UT Austin College of Pharmacy Alumni Association. We already heard about that homecoming. We'll be looking for you. Nothing makes us happier than when you come back and we get to see what you've done. We get to hear about your career and hear about your life endeavors. I encourage you to be an active in the college's educational programs and pay it forward. Serve as a preceptor, a research mentor, advocate for research discovery, advocate for quality patient care, and most of all, advocate for future generations of alumni from our great institution. Remember those that came before you that provided support through scholarships, support for student organizations, and support for your community service projects. As you embark on your career, the opportunities to pay it forward will benefit the education of our future generations of pharmacy leaders. That leads us to our housekeeping remarks. I would encourage you for each of you to attend university-wide commencement at 7 p.m. tomorrow at the DKR Stadium. Guest seating starts at 5 p.m. If there's one thing that's for sure, that's that everything is bigger in Texas, and that includes the graduation ceremony. It's a wonderful celebration. It's full of pomp and circumstance and ceremony and revelry and rejoicing, and most of all, a whole lot of fireworks. One note is your program is that we had outgoing recessional music to be covered by our College of Pharmacy band, Bad Medicine. Unfortunately, one of the key members of the band could not attend today due to a last-minute circumstance, so we were unable to join us. But we wanted to send a special thank you for the band practicing and planning on coming, and a congratulations in particular to Hunter Garcia for graduating with his graduating class. Thankfully, we've had the very talented Cardinal Trio that has agreed to stay and provide our recessional music. Let's all thank the trio for the wonderful music they played throughout our ceremony. Before the trio starts the recessional, I can officially state that this concludes the 2025 University of Texas at Austin College of Pharmacy Commencement. I ask that our audience please wait for the stage party and the new graduates to exit the auditorium. We will then join and meet up in the lawn for photos. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Congratulations, and hook 'em horns.